Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Schultz, and I am the Technology Integration Specialist for Octorara. And I wanted to take you through, for our moms and dads and some of our students that may not be as familiar with Seesaw, take you on a little bit of a tutorial, show you some of the features. And if you're in the instance where you are using your own device at home, or you're using a device that the school is able to give you, how to get yourself logged in. All right. So we're going to do a little Seesaw in a nutshell. So this is my iPad. And for those of you that are using Seesaw, you probably are going to be using an iPad. A Kindle Fire will work. Any Android tablet will work. A Chromebook will work. Basically anything can work. And you're going to be looking for the Seesaw app. So I call it the bow tie when I'm teaching a class or working with my kids here. But we're going to use the Seesaw app. And you'll notice that it says Seesaw class. Now, some of our family members, you might be using Seesaw family. We're going to be looking for the Seesaw class here, okay? And when I click on that on my iPad, I'm showing you pictures here because I am trying to make this so that I'm signed in, okay? And what you're going to be wanting to look at now is I'm a student, okay? What's nice about Seesaw is for the student and for the teachers, it looks really very similar, all right? So our students and parents, you're going to click on I am a student. And once you do that, you'll be prompted in this section here. Now, neat thing about Seesaw, but it can sometimes be confusing, is there's a lot of ways to get into Seesaw, okay? And some of the ways are you can take a picture of a QR code. A teacher could give you a text code. We're going to focus on, I'm going to say this a couple times, we're going to sign in with Google. It's at the bottom right down here, sign in with Google. Okay, and I'll say it one more time for effect. We're going to sign in with Google. Okay, that's really super duper important. When you click on that sign in with Google, once again, you have a lot of different options here, and I'll say it several times for effect again. We're going to sign in with Google right up top here. If you try and sign in with your email and password through here, it will not work. You must go to this button up top here, okay? You must go and click in with this Google up top here. When you click on that, it will prompt you to put in your Google account information. And if you don't know your Google account information, you can access your child's teacher and they will be able to get you your Google account information. So for our students that have been using the Google account, usually it's your first initial of your first name, your last name at student.octorara.org. And your password is that, I think it's like a 10-digit number. So you may not have it memorized, but check your book bags. You very well may have it written down somewhere in your book bag if you're not exactly sure. Okay? If not, reach out to your teacher. They can get that information to you. Now, once you're in once you're in Seesaw, it will look something like this. Now, this is my Seesaw account. So you'll notice it's a tiny little bit different because it's a teacher here. All right? And but a lot of the features are exactly the same. You'll also notice that this is my Seesaw account on my Chromebook. Not to fear, they are almost identical, whether it's on a Chromebook or a computer or an iPad, all right? So for our moms and dads, probably the most important thing is, let's just say you may have already maybe you have a different iPad, or maybe your son and daughter are sharing an iPad. You need to log somebody out. When you click on the child's name up here, you'll see the gearbox. All right, when I click on that gearbox, I can come down to sign out. Okay, I have a couple things here just because I'm an administrator for the district. I also created a student account for me to practice with, and I have this family account because I've been using this to teach my own children. If you've watched any of my videos, you'll notice that I've been working with that. Okay, another thing, let's just say each individual student has a device and you need to switch your classes, okay? All of our students are in different classes. So if they're math class, let's just say you have Mr. Zook for your math class and you have Mrs. Schur for your reading class, well, they would be represented here, okay? These are the different classes that I'm a part of. This is my practice class that I was working with. These are where my children are working in our home class. And this is a class that I created to help teachers with professional development throughout the year. All right. And I can click on these and they take me to the different classes. All right. A couple things here. If you're not overly familiar with Seesaw, your teachers, when they send you an activity, it will be located here. All right. So you'll see a little red circle with a number in it, and that will indicate how many activities they sent you. You might have some announcements. Your teachers might be sending you a video, or they might be sending you a calendar or a virtual learning plan, and that could be found here as well. And you'll know to check there if there's a circle with a number 1 or a 2 or a 3. Could be any number that they've been reaching out to. I know they've been missing you, so I'm sure they're going to be trying to contact you as much as possible. So for our students, I'm just going to get into a regular page here, okay? For our students, you're always going to start with add response, and I should go back and show you that. All right, for our students, you're going to go back and add response, and it's hard for me to show you that actually now that I think about it, because I'm the teacher here, so I'm sending information to my students. But when you see when you go into your activities, you'll see a spot where it says add response, and there it is. There we go. All right, this was something I was practicing with. And when you click on that add response, it will take you into this page here. Now, this one was already made for me. And I'm just going to use this time to kind of show you some of the pieces here. You can always go back to the instructions by clicking here. And sometimes the instructions will have things that you could listen to. Sometimes they may have a video attached to them, but you could always go back and reread the instructions. This T over here, this is to write something as a text. So when I click on that, I can type. Okay? And I can have a little bit of fun with that. When I come back to my piece here, I can click on these 3 dots. That's kind of a good thing to say for everything. The 3 dots mean there's more, right? It's called an ellipsis, and that means there's more for you to take a look at. All right? So when I click those other 3 dots here, I can change my style. I can have some really fun kind of creative tools with this. All right? I'm going to stop there. This piece here would be if your teacher asks you to record. As soon as I click this button, it's going to count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're on. So before you click this button, boys and girls, you're going to want to make sure you know what you're going to say. All right? You have 5 minutes, which is a very long time. You don't have to use all that. When you're done with your recording, you can just hit the green check mark, and we'll talk about that. This would be if you were going to be using a picture. So if you wanted to take a picture, right, you could take a photo of something. Maybe your teacher asks you to go around your house and find a cylinder, and you go to the cabinet and you find the spaghetti sauce, right? Mama's going to make spaghetti tonight, and she has the plum tomatoes in a big can. That's a good cylinder. You want to take a picture of it? You can take a picture of it right there. If you want to upload a picture, maybe you already have pictures on your camera or your iPad that you want to put on, you'd upload them from here. All right. So as we talk about that, if this is your first time using Seesaw on your device, whenever you access the recording feature here, it's going to ask you, is Seesaw allowed to access your microphone? Is all that really means is that, are you allowed to use your microphone with Seesaw? And you're always going to hit OK, and that's OK. Same goes with your camera. Okay, I have some more options down here. If I want to add some shapes, your teacher may ask you, find a trapezoid for me. All right, and you can pull out this trapezoid here, and you can put that right there. Perhaps you want to be a little bit more creative and have a background. You have some backgrounds that you can put to your work here, okay? So that's all in those sections there. When I'm all done with this, I'm going to hit this. I call it a green check mark. Technically, it's a white check mark, but it's in a green circle. All right, I'm going to check this button here. This is the button that will send your work to your teacher. So when I check that mark, all right, it'll upload, and it will send it to your teacher. All right. So this was the work that I did, and then your teacher will be able to take a look at all of the work that you were able to do at home. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Please reach out and let me know if you have any other questions, and happy virtual learning.